Welcome to another video. My name's Sam and today we're talking about this. This is the Armory R1 from VR Tactical Gear. And if you haven't guessed already, this is a gun stock. It's a very unique gun stock. It's got a lot of features out there that aren't already out on the market. It's customizable, very light and very strong, but I'll go into the details about it in a bit. So enough chit chat. Let's go on with the video and I'll tell you everything there is to know about the Armory R1. Game on. Now, like I was saying, this is quite a unique gun stock. I don't know of another out there which is quite like this. To be fair, this is my first gun stock, so I don't really have anything really to compare it to. However, the majority of units out there that I know of, they're mostly 3D printed. This is injection molded, which makes it extremely lightweight, but also very strong and durable. Not only that, the tubing that is used here is carbon fiber. Combine all of that, and this weighs in at just 440 grams. Which is nothing. You can hold this thing easily with one hand, wave it around in your game, whatever you're playing, and you're hardly gonna know it's there, especially once you get used to it. Now, as I said, this is actually the first gun stock I've ever used, so it did take me a while to get used to holding something in VR other than the controllers, having to, compensate for that, but also just, getting used to how this one works, and changing, not necessarily changing the way that I play, but just customizing myself to using a gun stock. It didn't take long. Once I, understood it and adjusted it to me and my play style, I was hitting headshot after headshot. I was playing things like Ghost of Tabor, Contractor's Exfil Zone, a little bit of Breaches as well. And I have to say, it elevated not only my gaming experience and my immersion, but my skill level, if you want to say that. I was finding it a lot easier to control the weapons and hit the shots that I was aiming for. So yeah, my headshot count went up. So that's a good thing. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can customize the gun stock to suit your build and the weapons that you're holding very easily and very quickly. On the gun stock, you've got 3 different dials. These allow you to quickly loosen and adjust the butt of the gun stock, the length of it at the middle for the gun stock itself, and the front barrel as well. Not only that, you've got these foam pads. This one here is for the cheek pad, so if you're using a scope or for long range shots for sniping, you've actually got something to rest your cheek on when aiming down sights. You've then also got this front padded area which you can have extended out or down depending on how you want to hold your gun stock, which is one of the other unique things about this gun stock. You have one cup holder for your controller. This is the controller cup for the Meta Quest 2, 3, 3S, Pro as well. I believe it's compatible with all of those. Details down in the description. You can also have it for the PlayStation VR 2, the HTC Vive 1 controllers, Valve Index, and the HP Reverb. I have the PlayStation VR 2 controller grip here, which I'll show later, probably with some B-roll as well of how that all works. But essentially, you slot your controller into it. You can then hold the gun stock with that one controller, and then you rest your offhand either at the front of the gun stock on the padded area, either to the side, on the front, drop that down, rest it on the front as well. So you can, however you prefer, there are different methods for stability, but because your offhand isn't then attached to the gun stock, you can quickly move your hand away to reload your gun, open doors, interact with items in the VR game that you're playing, throw grenades, things like that. So you've got a lot of quick action that you can do, and then you just bring your hand back. Obviously you have to build up a bit of muscle memory, but it doesn't take long. And yeah, it's really, really good. One thing I wish was different. They pride themselves saying that there are no magnets involved in this gun stock. But I wish this was a magnet. There are two additional accessories that you can buy from them. One is a Quest grip, so you'd slot your Quest controller in here, and then you can actually slide in a grip so that you can just open your hand. The other is a sling, so you can put the gun stock over your shoulder and just let go of it so it will swing down. This isn't it. I've bodged my own sling with basically a bag strap and then a keyring chain. It works, it does the job. I might at some point actually buy the official sling that they use for this. But because of this, if I'm wanting to swap to a pistol or I want to use my primary hand, I kind of want to easily and quickly detach my controller from the gun stock, let it swing down with the sling, and then freely interact. You can use a pistol with this, but to me, it's still quite bulky to use a pistol. Primarily, I use this for SMGs, assault rifles, and sniper rifles, depending on the game. But pistols, I wish I could either just quickly detach it with a magnet, let it swing down, and then freely use my hands. That's my only criticism about this gun stock. Maybe in future there'll be different iterations, an Armory R2, for example, that has a magnet or the option of having a magnet. I'd love to see this become more modular because that would be great. Other than that though, everything else about this is fantastic. I have no complaints. It's extremely strong, like I mentioned earlier, extremely lightweight, and it has raised my games to the next level. So if you're like me and you've got yourself not only the MetaQuest 3 or the MetaQuest Cup, you've also got yourself a PlayStation VR 2 adapter, and you want to know how to swap these over. It is very simple. With your purchase, you'll also get an Allen key, and then you turn over the gun stock and you've got this little screw here for the Allen key. You simply loosen this, make sure you're holding it onto the cup on the underside. I mean, you don't have to, but it will just drop out. There we go. So then that has come away. Put that to one side. We're now going to get our PlayStation VR 2 cup. And essentially, if you can see this little semicircle here, you'll also notice that you have a little semicircle here. These line up. So you can put that, thread it onto the screw. You know which way it's meant to be facing, semicircle and semicircle. So you just put that in there, and then we tighten up this again. So now that we've got this adapter attached, what we need to do is loosen and remove this part, because this keeps the controller in place. So just unscrew that, take that and put that to one side. Then you get your PlayStation VR 2 controller, just slide it in. You put it in this way and then twist. It goes in nicely. And then all we need to do is put on this locking screw again. Notice it lines up and cups the backside of the controller, and then we tighten that. And then our PlayStation VR 2 controller is locked in nicely. Now again, as I mentioned, you can customize this to, like I said, your build and your playstyle and what weapon that you're having. But one of the other cool features of this is you can just completely slacken off the front area. So if you're using a pump shotgun, for example, in your VR game, this is completely now loose. So you can have it like a shotgun and actually feel that pump action in VR. I just found that a super cool addition of something that you could do with the gun stock. So hats off to the team over at VR Tactical Gear. Fantastic way of doing it. If you don't want to have the cheek pad, you can just twist this and then fold it down so it's not in your way. But all in all, a fantastic gun stock. It comes in two colors. It comes in white and black. As I mentioned, it's compatible with a range of different VR controllers, and you can have two different accessories, one which is the Quest grip and one which is their official sling. Obviously, like I said, I've bodged one, but I'm probably gonna grab and pick one up because this can get a little tedious the way that I've done this. So there you have it, the Armory R1 from VR Tactical Gear. Like I said, I can't play games that support a gun stock, especially tactical online ones, competitive, or just co-op ones. I can't play them anymore without using this. Yeah, I mean, as you can see from the smile on my face, just thinking about using it, it is fantastic. I highly recommend it. If you're in the market for your first gun stock or a new one, definitely check out VR Tactical Gear. I'll have a link down in the description, all with their details, as well as an affiliate link should you want to pick one up and help support the channel. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this video and of this gun stock. Do you already have a gun stock? If you do, I'd love to know what you have and what games you play with it. If you don't already have a gun stock, are you thinking of picking one up? Are you thinking of picking this one up? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that and what games you'd plan to use with this, or with whatever gun stock you end up picking up. But that's going to be it from me. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. And if you are new here, welcome and thank you for watching this video in its entirety. And whilst you're down there hitting that like button and subscribe button, don't forget to hit that notification bell and set it to all so that you don't miss out on future content. Anyway, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and game on.